Hey guys, I'm gonna get on to the subject of the video, but just a short thing. I got a new mic. It's working. Knock on wood. The camera thing's still freaking. The bottom's busted, but I've got it not taped, but bungeed and clamped. I gotta show you that sometime. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, don't fall. And I bought a battery and battery chargers for that remote. So maybe the remote will work again. Hopefully, knock on wood. Hopefully it'll work. But, so that's the update on the camera. Oh, gotta get my hair right. I've been arguing with the quiet atheist again. I almost feel sorry for the guy. I actually admire him for, this poor sap has to put up with my bullshit. I try to spare people like Kazoom and freaking Robert Wallace. I try to spare them. Until they freaking trigger me, then it's like, you said what? There it is. But just, when did we decide the new normal? When did this pink communism come to freaking bear? I'm trying to picture it, We're arguing about transsexuals and stuff. And it's like, Wayne, when did this become a, well, I guess a civil rights era, but I guess that must be the answer. When it went from like a weird thing to a joke to a good thing. It's back to the four things. It's rare, then it's joked about, then it's tolerated, and then it's celebrated. Yay! Oh, Caitlin! But think about that, how the evolution went. First you had someone like, there was this, Callista or somebody or something like that. This Roman emperor that was really weird, right? He pretended he was a prostitute, a female prostitute, and he would freaking have freaking people or slaves an arranged deal where they would go by his door and solicit him, and he'd sit there with the red curtain, because I think it was the red curtain. The red curtain was like the red light of the time, It's time to party for a fee, and he like offered to pay somebody like, I don't know, 50,000 shekels or some shit, crazy shit, to friggin' the Roman dinar or whatever it was, right? To friggin', if they could successfully friggin' whack his nuts. He wanted to be the first friggin' transsexual. They threw him on the pyre about when he was about 30. Bye. Which was entirely wrong, Well, back then, everyone was friggin'. It was like Rome, the friggin' HBO series. I'm sure if one day we ever develop time travel, before it, we'll develop the ability to see into time. And we'll be sitting here serializing these goddamn people's real lives, and we're focused on them so goddamn much. But then we went from friggin' that guy, and I can't think of anybody in the Middle Ages that was freaking Rudy Tooty Rootin' Fruity, Oh, well, no, there was a couple saints, but they were like, I think they were just supposed to be like brothers, but they weren't brothers, That was just the gay thing, right? the Saint Sebastians or some shit, right? And not to mention friggin', they would take out the little friggin' kids, both the friggin' Islamics and the Christians, and friggin' the little cherubs, and friggin' having polishing their knobs. The girls didn't do that, but the little boys, they were sopranos. They were great for it. And not to mention the stories of manly man warriors kissing on the battlefield. You don't see that on Conan, do you? No, but the first thing I remember of this cross-dressing shit was Hoover. J Hoover. Is it R? Well, Hoover. The big friggin', the big friggin' mafioso, the guy. J Edgar Hoover, okay? Yeah, that's it. J Edgar Hoover. How the hell was J Edgar Hoover a friggin' suit and tie friggin' fascist, or at least a friggin' authoritarian, and then friggin', in his spare time, he's sitting there in a friggin' purple polka dot dress. When did he get time to put on the heels and polka dot dresses? But then we start seeing it in friggin' the media. The first one I never realized at the time, but the mass indoctrination had begun. Well, no. I was going to say Klinger from MASH. That tranny friggin' been running around with Jamie Farr, been running around with that big hook of Lebanese nose for friggin' ages. But I forgot about, before that, on the other things, was friggin' Uncle Milty. What the hell? He was even in a rap video. Uncle Milty liked the friggin' dress, yeah, Uncle Milty. And I think friggin' Jack Lemmon and a couple of those too, and Some Like It Hot. And then you got friggin' MASH in the 70s, like I said. And then you got up to friggin' Tom Hanks and the guy in Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Darn, I had his name on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot it. Not Frank Azaria, but anyway, Rick Moranis. I blame Tom Hanks and Rick Moranis. Let's be bosom buddies. Talking about real life problems and friggin' drag. No, it's just to live in a women's place because rent was so hard. Otherwise, And then, and no one gives a shit anymore because everything blew up. They've been trying to introduce it ever since. The RuPaul friggin' Queer Eye for the friggin' straight guy shit. Whoa, it's RuPaul, Oh, and I'll never forget Hall & Oates. Never forgive them for friggin' doing that man-eater video. I come to find out friggin' 5 years later or something when I get the internet, or 10, that wasn't a woman. Goddamn them. She's a man-eater. Oh, what a sexy blonde bitch. I had to do retrospective friggin' throw-up. I friggin' went over to YouTube, watched the video, and oh, yeah, that is a woman. Barf bucket ready. 10 years of retrospective friggin' barfing to my head. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm sorry, I want to talk about the serious video with this shit, but Troy Laban, it's and you might as well friggin' throw in goddamn friggin' what's his name? Friggin' not God damn, I forget these people's names. Early on, Ted Alzheimer's is hitting hard right now. No, I'm thinking Dean Martin, but the other guy, Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis was a big friggin' bitch and drag too, you know? Wow. My whole life, I have seen the friggin' indoctrination of the mind into the friggin' thing. It just keeps pushing the boundary, and pushing the boundary, and pushing the boundaries, and whoa, let's take this a little bit more seriously. Let's give it a little bit more rights here and there. Next thing you know, surprise! Funky Cold Medina! Oh yeah! It was a he, she, and it flipped this friggin' thing out at me. No. Bad progressive. Bad. Of course, you know, I should talk some shit, right? If I look back to some of my videos, poning this shit. When people still pwn. Because I was a conservative, social conservative back then before I even knew it, right? Still an atheist through and through. Because there's no magic sky daddy. But you know, I was back there freaking going, freaking through some of that shit, right? And my shit was a little freaking moist too. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Better pull that shit back a little bit, you know? Poning the people that you freaking do sometimes makes you the people that you are. Or that you are poning. It's like watching all the freaking, I'm subbed to all the goddamn fucking, every goddamn freaking anti-SJW. So what do I get anytime anything happens? I get more fucking feminism and friggin' social justice bullshit than the regular people do. I'm like, okay, who's the first one that's going to come up? Okay, I'll watch that one. Because I'm not going to watch the rest of them. Because it's the same damn thing. And then, friggin', I'll watch the main one. And friggin', it's just the same thing too with a little twist, you know. Come on, people. Our digital democracy has to be better than this. This cannot be the future of society. Not my futurist. Futurism. Yeah. Hashtag not my futurism. Oh, and wait till they friggin' do gene splicing and friggin' cloning and friggin' cybernetics. Oh, wait till we get the rights in for those, you know. The bionic tranny Catwoman friggin' Chitara. Lion-O guy. I'll never watch Thundercats the same way. Bye. The hell.